Hi, Brian McAboy here with Inside Out Trading. And today we're going to talk about the four words that really explain why trading is so tough, even for above average individuals. A while back, I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and it was fun because we were talking about the different things. Why is it there are so many people in trading that are above average? Most traders are above average. Or if you look at the people who get into trading, most traders, the population as a whole, is way above average in many categories. Most traders are very successful. They're upper middle class. They have professions, business owners, engineers, project managers, software programmers, all that kind of stuff. We're talking about a group of people who is above average in a lot of ways: skill, work ethic, intelligence, all that kind of stuff. And yet the failure rate in trading is dreadfully low. And it was funny because, again, I'm having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and it just came to me one day, and I've been wanting to find a good way to describe what the heck is it about the situation here? Why do we have this normally very successful groups, people who are in the 95 and up percentile, struggling? Why do we have so many people that are struggling? And the four words came to me, and this is what they are. And now I'm not judging anybody because the same was true for me. My first year of trading, this was me all over. I had learned enough to be dangerous, but I hadn't learned enough to be good. And so I learned enough to trade, became able to trade. Became able to grab a strategy and try to trade it consistently. And I learned enough to get out there and start risking money, trying to make money as a trader. But I really, again, I had not learned enough to be good at this. I didn't know how to, so to speak, defend myself in this jungle. And so I almost got killed. I blew up my account. I lost almost $50,000 my first year. And that was rough. Almost lost my marriage over it. The marriage failed later, but that almost killed it at the time. It would have been a premature death. But anyway, the thing is, enough to be dangerous really is a great way to describe so many traders. And think about it, it's the preparation that most traders get that results in this. Most traders, you hear about trading, maybe a friend sends you a YouTube video, you hear some, about something crypto on the news or something like that. And so you look into trading, you find a broker, you open the account, and they're like, hey, cool, welcome aboard. Tell you what, fund your account. We're going to set you up with a trading room. You can sit with a professional trader, watch him trade for a few weeks, get to know his strategy. And we're going to set you up with a sim account with $50,000 so you can practice and play over here and get used to the platform and all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. For so many traders, that is the extent of the training. Maybe you'll get on the internet and start looking around for trading strategies, and there's so many marketers pimping bullshit strategies and systems that it's like you don't know what's worthwhile and what's not, except for to lose money with it. And so that sucks. But anyway, again, so your preparation for this job, and it is a professional level job that requires skill. Basically, you're given just enough to get trading. Like I said, yeah, fund your account. Sure. Here, we'll show you how to work the platform. We'll show you how to you can place trades. And oh, this guy, he's going to show you how he's thinking about getting it out of his trades. May or may not be successful, may or may not have a system. Maybe he's just flying by the seat of his pants. You don't know. But that's the kind of training that so many traders get. Or you wind up following some Yahoo rented the Lambo and the estate for a day. And oh, yeah, I took $10,000 to $1,000,000 in 4 hours today. Crap YouTube BS videos where they've never traded in their life. And so, again, where most traders are not properly prepared for this job, we are not properly trained to be good at this and properly protect ourselves from ourselves. We learn enough to be dangerous, and then we get busy, and then we take a beating, and we wonder why it's so stressful, why we're struggling, why it's impossible for it not to be emotional. When you're trying to do something that requires a certain level of skill, you're down here, you don't have the skills for that job, and there's money on the line, and you're trying to learn, that's a rough situation. And that's where most traders find themselves. And so the main thing that I try to get across to traders is stop trading with real money until you have a solid handle on what you've got and what you're doing, or you know that what you have works. That is so crucial. So many traders are thinking, I'm going to keep trading. I just want to keep trading. But man, I just don't have the confidence in myself. I just need to find a good system. And they still keep trading without a system that they have good faith in. And as traders, we're going to the markets and it's, yeah, I'm just going to keep trading because there's money to be made there. I got to stay in the game. instead of saying, no, let's take a break, let's find the training so that I can find a good strategy that's a good fit for me. I can build a solid process on it. I know how to properly test it so I know it works, and I can properly train myself on it so that I get good at it. And I'm mentally conditioned to undo the damage of the past, and I'm wired for consistent execution now. This is what you want to do. I had a conversation with this one gal years ago, and it was a really excellent conversation. It led to another one later. But anyway, she was asking me, she said, hey, Brian, how do you know when you've made it as a trader? And so we talked about it a little bit. And she was thinking, and there was the thought of the conversation. So you really made it as a trader when you can hit that point of you got a good long streak of profitability. And we kept talking. And then it was like, no, actually, that's not the case. And because I was talking to her, and I'm like, Nancy, look, you've been profitable for 4 months now, but you're still a bundle of nerves going to the markets every day. Your confidence isn't there. You're profitable, but you're still not as solid as you'd like to be. And she said, yeah, that's true. And so what I realized was, and what came out of that conversation, so really, you can say you've made it as a trader when you hit that point where you know you're okay going to the markets. And the thing is, that shouldn't be a goal that you aspire to in the months of trading actively. That should really be something you aspire to before you risk money. You should get yourself where you're so solid, you're with your strategy, with your process, with yourself executing it, that when you take it to the markets and you're finally putting money out there, you know you're solid. You know the odds are in your favor. You know that you are likely to succeed. That's the right way to go about your trading. And so you don't want to be trading in the enough to be dangerous group where you're just basically gambling because you're not really fully ready for this. You're not coming to this knowing that you're solid, knowing that things are likely to work because you've tested it properly. You've mentally conditioned yourself for that good execution. You don't want to be trading in the enough to be dangerous state. You want to be over here in the, yeah, I'm ready, I'm good, I'm solid, I know that I'm going to make money. That's where you want to be. And if you'll do that, you'll have an entirely different trading experience. That's the cool thing about it. With trading, you can get there without having to lose a ton of money along the way. You don't have to keep trading and just beating your head on the rock and losing money to mistakes and bad trades and all the other nonsense. You don't have to go the hard road about it. You can really accelerate your progress by getting some good training. And I can show you the process that I used that I borrowed from my quality assurance years that I've applied to my trading, and it works wonderfully well. And here's what it is. I'll tell you what it is. You can learn more about it if you want to book a call with me. Come by insideouttrading.com. We're going to find a strategy that's a good fit for you. We'll build a good, solid, highly repeatable process on it. We're going to prove it out. And then we're going to wire you for good, consistent execution so that when it's time to go to the markets, you know you're ready and you know that you're likely to succeed and you can trade in a calm, emotional state, not all stressed out. So if you'd like to find out more about that, swing by insideouttrading.com. So if you're brutally honest with yourself and you say, yeah, I do feel not really there, I do feel enough to be enough to be dangerous, cool. At least you've acknowledged it and now you can do something about it. So don't just sit there. Whether you can come by my site or somewhere else, don't just sit there and keep accepting subpar results. Stop settling for less than you know you deserve and you want out of trading. Keep pursuing the improvement and developing yourself, becoming that kind of trader you're capable of. And if you want to swing by Inside Out Trading, cool. I'd love to help you. If you don't feel like doing it right now, that's fine. At least go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Check out some of the other videos I've got. They're all designed to help you become the trader you know you're capable of so you can stop settling for less than you know you want. So I hope this has been helpful. Share this with your friends. Post it on your social. Talk to you soon. Cheers.